皆さん、こんばんは。本日の実況プレイようこそ。狼の第2花見。よろしくお願いします。What if one day I would like to do a stream where I only spoke Japanese, but this isn't it. It would be if I'm playing a game that's also all Japanese, so that I don't get distracted. もう Welcome back. Oh, I have to get used to controls again because I was playing Persona 3 Reload, and now I've forgotten all things ever. But hi, welcome back to Okami Part 2. Last time we started, we restored Hanasaki Valley, and we also restored, more importantly, this great, wonderful tree here in Shinshu Field. So before we return to Kamiki Village, where our adventure started, we are going to just explore the field. I really need to change the camera. How do I do that? I'm gonna press every button for a second. Hold on. Bear with me. Why are these both paws? This is not it either, huh? No, that's not it. Nope. This? Nope. This? Okay, nope. Damn, Persona 3 Reload stream? No. Not for now. I've played Persona 3 before multiple times, multiple versions, and Reload on my first go will be just for me. Sorry. But hi! Hope you're doing well, having a good day. It's a little bit of a chaotic day, I've heard. But we're gonna not think about that today. And then I'll come back to this stream and be like, what was the deal? And then none of us will remember. It'll be great. So first, we're gonna go clockwise around the field to restore everything. So we're starting here. Restore as many things as I can right now. And feed as many pigs as I can right now. Piggies, come here. You need to eat. Okay, we've seen this animation. Yes, I don't know what I would do as my first stream in all Japanese. It would have to be a game I'm relatively familiar with. I don't know. I probably wouldn't be... Oh, sorry. Fresh red meat, irresistible to carnivorous animals. It probably would not be, like Ace Attorney because, there's so much, senmon yogo. Like, specialized vocabulary in Ace Attorney that it would just be really hard. I'll get that in a second. I want to talk to the merchant. Hi. Now let's see. What am I doing here again? Oh yes, I took shelter under this guardian sapling when I heard that terrifying sound before like a monster growling. Well, this is perfect. It's fate. Why don't I set up shop here? You know where to come when you're sent shopping, right, Pooch? Oh yes, I don't know if you'll understand this, but here goes. I'd like to ask you a favor. It'll be a cinch with your nose. If you sniff out any nice bowls or dishes lying around, don't just leave them to rot away. Bring them to me, would you? If you turn up any treasures that are worth a bit, I'll pay you.
Treasure.
Oh yeah, Isun's voice.
Treasures? You found anything like that, Amy? If you did, you should just sell it. I mean, what are you gonna do with stuff like pots and dishes?
I don't know. Keep them in my house.
It's hard to sell stuff you worked so hard to get, but don't worry. All the treasures you collect will be cataloged in the fan menu.
What are you mumbling about? Have you got some things for me? So I, for a long time, misinterpreted this as that this particular seller, this merchant, would buy these for more than other merchants. But no, it was just to tell you that you can sell them. I didn't understand growing up. It's worded in such a way that it was a little confusing to me. A quover. Oh, whoa. Okay, It's gonna be hard for me to get used to not having double jump yet, but that's fine. Okay, do you see what I mean about this? I talked about this a couple weeks ago when I last played. Do you see how this is like an almost equilateral triangle of bushes here? There is a handle right here in the middle. Hora. Hora. The wooden bear. Though carved from wood, it is fearsome as the real thing. This is extremely indicative of where a treasure will be. Usually, I would say probably like 90% of the time when you see this formation, there is a treasure. So I find that to be easier than waiting until nighttime to get things. It's just looking for that pattern is a little easier. Oh yeah, this guy. How are you feeling? It's been ages since I've seen the river looking so healthy. That magical crystal ball must be working its mojo. Cool. Oh boy. Rashomon! It's the literary reference.
Whoa! What's up with this old gate? I don't like the looks of it. It's just teeming with evil power. I can feel it. Still, you being a god and all, we can't just ignore it. What do you think, my furry friend? We going through it or what?
Yeah. Rashomon! Sick Bungo Stray Dogs reference. I feel like if my teachers heard me say that, they'd be like low-key ashamed. This please. Considering that was something I read in my Japanese lit class. Yeah. 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 Can I cut both of you at once? Aha. Both of your loots get got. Do you see why I upped my ink first? Do you see how much I use it at a time comparatively to like getting hurt? I mean, if it's your first time playing, ooh, I lost all my ink. I'm a little wolf. If it's your first time playing, I definitely understand it, like upping your health, but because I usually have a little bit better understanding of what's going on, oh, please make it, yay. I don't prioritize health as much. Not me. Yay! So going through the gates clears out a pretty large area most of the time. Bunny! Ugh. So, I have like... Oh.
So that's it! Those things are gateways to monster lairs. I've heard of such gates before. They're called devil gates. Those monsters got a lot of nerve building things like that. Let's tear them down wherever we find them.
Aw, their nice architecture is going to waste. But yeah, the, what was I saying? My Twitter, one of my Twitter accounts, the one that I interact with people less on. Hi, Nim! My For You page is half bunny videos, and it's the most pleasant thing in the world. Let's fucking go! I just like, it's such a nice like change of pace from like the world is to like go on to my Twitter and like go to my For You page and just see rabbits going and doing silly things, because rabbits are so funny. They have such big personalities. They can be such assholes. One rabbit that I particularly find funny, or I guess it's a family, is like, how do I say? Is a cat and two rabbits, and the rabbits are named Cloud and Sephiroth, and I forget the cat's name, but the cat is very cute. I think it's like a Norwegian forest cat, or maybe just a domestic long hair. If you want to do a Japanese speaking, or maybe something lighthearted like the Backstage and Requiem for Innocence or Seventh Layer. Seventh Layer is not lighthearted. First of all, I know the spoilers about that game. I haven't played it myself, but there's a reason I haven't played it myself. Don't say. But I know that game is not as lighthearted as it looks. Yeah, I mean, that might not be a bad one. I think what I would actually probably do is play a Pokemon game, because the vocabulary in the Pokemon games is especially meant for, like, all ages. And so it would be less likely to run into, like, Senmon Yogo. And then, like, I think if I played... I don't know about Let's Go, But if I emulated the original red blue or something, or even gold silver, I believe it's all hiragana and katakana. So that's an option. But I don't know when I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Yeah, what else is going on? Oh, I'm no longer a jobless bitch. I did get a job. Super excited about it, actually. I'm going to be working with a friend. We're working at the same place. She is going to be doing something a little bit different than me as in the work, but I will be seeing this friend, which is really cool. And she helped me get the job, and I'm very, very grateful. But yeah, it's already been a great time just I did an observation to make sure that I would be a good fit. And it seems like it. And everyone I met there, as like far as the staff goes, was really cool. So yeah, we love that. Oh, hello. Hello. Ow, ow, ow. What's going on? Ida of the Danganronpa. Ida of the Dangan Express never trips up. I've fallen, but I can't get up. Must be a curse. Express passenger Ida. I don't have time for falling over. People are waiting for mail. Those monsters must have set some kind of trap for me as a joke. Darn it. I knew I should have brought bought a traveler's charm. That was really hard for me to say. Hey, Pooch. That's a traveler's charm you've got there, isn't it? Yeah. If you don't have a traveler's charm at this point, you fight monsters every time you talk to him. Oh, yes. I feel so light. My body feels light as a feather. Thanks, Pooch. You saved me. Can't hang about. Gotta catch up on my deliveries. Always tip your mailman if you can. I realized that recently this is a thing, like, people don't, in, like, small towns, they don't tip their mail people anymore, which is crazy. I mean, you don't have to do it all the time, but, like, Christmas time, people don't tip their mailman anymore, which is so wild to me. Because that's something I grew up, like, that was a thing. Because it was, like, a small enough community that we had the same mail person, unless they were sick, so, yeah, what kind of job? I'm working in childcare. I don't want to go too much into it because I take children's privacy really, really seriously, and I don't want to, dox children. I don't want to dox anybody, but I don't want to dox children, especially. But it is too bad because I did have some really funny moments, with the kids already, that were pretty iconic, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, you. Oh, you. Well, what if I just do this and I make you inky and then you can't see me? Does that make you feel like a fool? I can't wait till I get the beads. Bark, 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 bark. Yeah, and it's not a full-time job or anything, but it is a job that I will enjoy, and it is a job that will, like, allow me to do other things from time to time instead of working, like, how do I say? Like, I'm very, very lucky right now, for a lot of reasons, but particularly because, like, financially I am not in super dire straits. As long as I don't go fucking crazy spending money, I have, like, some spending money, and so this job will help me have more of that, so I could, like, go visit friends in another part of the country, or go to a con, like to cons more often if I wanted to, or buy merch, or whatever my heart fucking fancies. But I am admittedly, going to, I'm trying to, and I'm sure y'all also, maybe feel this way if you're my age or younger, or around my age, is that, like, I have struggled with a very long time with my mortality, and, like, am I going to, like, what is the point of saving money? Because it's like, will I even live that long? And it's like, okay, I'm reasoning with it like this. I still don't necessarily see, like, retirement money. Like, will I retire? I'm not sure that I will be able to. If the economy continues on this trend, definitely not. And, like, will I want to? I don't know. It depends on what I'm doing for work, right? But, wow, you were so excited to eat this fucking clover, hey? You okay? You came up from above. I wish a bunny would rain down upon me. God, that would be awesome. Anyway, I'm like, okay, let's say I save my money, and then nothing happens, where I can use it, and it just sits in a bank account and accumulates interest, and then, like, it might be a waste of money for me, but when I think about it in a different way, for instance, I could pass that, like, the money will always be within my control through, like, a will, for instance. So, like, if I decided to leave it to, like, for instance, this is a thing I have to think about because of the world right now, but, like, if, oops, wrong button, if I were to get very ill with, like, something that was going to kill me, right? This is very morbid, but hear me out. This is something I have to think about sometimes. If that were to happen, I would want to update my will and make a formal will anyway, and I would leave that money to friends and maybe my nephew. Although I don't think my nephew really needs any because my brother and sister-in-law are quite well off. But, like, do you know what I mean? And so then, you know, if none of that happened, then I just live to an old age and then pass away. Oh, come on. I hate this new enemy so much. If that were to happen, I would still be able to, like, keep my will updated and be like, okay, then this money that I ended up never using, I can donate it. You know, I can donate that after my death. And so it's like, okay, it doesn't even have to be a lot, but if I just do a little bit, I think it actually will help me with the futility that I sometimes feel with my ability to make change in the world. Wow, rude. Stupid fish boy. Yeah, so that is something definitely that I am like, oh god, get off me. Okay, I don't have the way to deal with that guy anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, so, sorry that's so morbid, but, like, let me just put this into perspective from my experience, right? Is I never understood the importance. Oh, that's right, I have to come back here at night. Ooh, we'll read that in a second. Can I? That's funny. My brother died very suddenly, and I did not understand the importance of a will until that time, because him not having a will because he died suddenly made it very difficult to distribute his, what they call an estate. And that does not necessarily mean your literal house or estate, but, like, everything that is left over from you being alive, essentially. And I don't want to make people, like, luckily, he did not have a lot to leave behind. He lived very simply, and so that was not too big of an issue. But I would never want to have to put any of my friends through that. Or, like, if I got married and, like, I would not want to have to, like, have my spouse and my friends fight over it. You know what I mean? Like, because, like, that's just, it's not a fun way to spend the early part of your grief, TBH. And so, that is why, I wrote, a will. And actually, my oldest brother, was like, okay, I spoke to the lawyer who's, like, helping us with this case, and his biggest piece of advice for us, like, well, we can't do anything, is just, even if you don't have an official will, and I stand by this advice as well, because this makes plenty of sense now that it's been explained to me, is to write a small will, just in case. You never fucking know. So, again, sorry this is really morbid, but this is one of the best pieces of advice I've ever received in my life, and I want to pass this on. Please make a will. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be like, hey, I want to make sure that any of the money in my bank account goes to, like, XYZ person, and I don't want any of my debt to be passed on to ABC people. Like, any of my possessions can be donated, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, sorry. We were talking about my new job, and I went into, like, financial advice. I'm sorry. In the end, it is up to you what you do with your finances. I truly have no authority to tell you what to do. Oh yeah, I was gonna read the Orochi scroll. Maybe if I'd stop yapping. Alright. Okay. Here? Oh yeah, feeding, I guess we can like look at this, see if there's anything new. All of it was, okay. Yeah, okay, we already knew this. It's all good, I think about this too. Yeah, you know, I'll just be honest again for a second before we get into this scroll. How do I say? This time of year, I think about it even more. As it gets closer to the anniversary of my brother's death, I think about it more. And also, like, especially from here, like, this month onward, like, July through September is, like, such a time of grief for me because so many people I know, or, like, how do I say this? People I adored passed away during this time throughout my life. And always suddenly. If the economy continues to spiral out of control, then retirement is out of the question, out of the picture most likely. Danganronpa stream? Danganronpa, I don't know if I'll stream that one. But if you ever get an itch to watch Danganronpa, Game Grumps, they're playing V3 right now. I haven't finished the VOD, or the upload from today, but it's pretty funny. Anyway, the hamlet of Kamiki lies nestled in the Shinshu field of Nippon. This village bears the burden of a sad and troublesome tradition. Each year, on the night of the festival, the evil serpent Orochi appears, and a white-plumed arrow strikes the roof of a young maiden. Orochi consumes the girl's soul, ensuring his continued vitality. This continued for 100 years until Nagi slayed the fearsome serpent. Even today, the villagers recount their sorrowful past. The full moon on the 15th night ushers in the 8-headed serpent. The sacrifice is chosen by way of an arrow decorated in white. Nagi engaged the beast in battle for the sake of his beloved Nami. Until his heroic act put the tradition to rest, 99 girls had been slain. This is a fact we must not forget. Crazy. It's interesting to think about, like, this village must have been so much bigger before Orochi, like, fucked things up for everybody. I do know what I want to stream after Okami, though. Actually, I should say there are 2 games that I have in mind. One of them is a Dreamcast era game, and one of them is oh, come on. One of them is even older. Well, actually, you know what? Those games might have come out the same year. No, they didn't. The other one's older. Okay, never mind. 'Cause, like... Oh, I can't do anything with this yet. Damn. The whole reason I started streaming, right? Well, let's examine.
Wow. The ground here is really cracked up here. Is it?
You said here twice.
Isn't it?
He's just like me for real.
I bet it could be destroyed with a powerful explosion. Boom! It fell apart like a cheap souvenir.
Speaking from experience or something? Anyway, like, the whole reason I started streaming, and this is still true, is, like, to help me with my grief, because I tend to self-isolate very easily. And it was even more so the case after my brother died, and so this was a good way to feel like I was not only connecting with him, but also was connecting with other people instead of just being isolated. And I do still definitely isolate myself, because it's just like I get overwhelmed with emotions and expressing my feelings very easily. Yeah, so the thematic elements of the games that I've been playing, for the most part, have been games that my brother and I had, like, some kind of connection with. Kingdom Hearts and Ace Attorney are exceptions. Fatamoru, he never played, but that game is so personal to me and has so many parallels with my life that I felt it was only appropriate. What does the sign say? Moonshrine.
People purify themselves here before visiting the moon cave.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the moon cave first.
Oh, heavenly. just under the shrine gate and followed the narrow path. So where the heck's the moon cave? It should be right here. Hey, what's with that big old mountain over there? Since when did that appear in the middle of Lake Hanami? They say that the moon cave is where Nagi slew the legendary beast.
I mean, it has a cave.
But that huge mountain is way too big for the moon cave I remember.
Ooh.
I mean, just look at it. It's massive.
Okay. You know, if they ever ported Okami Den, maybe I would stream it. But honestly, that game did so much emotional damage to me. That's like one of the hardest times. Besides, like before Fata Mortar, that was the hardest I'd ever cried at a video game. But like at least Fata Mortar has like a happy ending. Ouchie.
Ouch! What the heck? There's some kind of barrier here. Never seen one so powerful before. We'd be better off staying away from this thing. I can read.
Yeah, that game, I remember I was a sophomore in college and I was living alone in a dorm, at a solo dorm that year. And, I was on my little couch in my little gaming corner of my futon and just, like, was crying so hard that I ended up, like, feeling like I couldn't breathe, and I laid on the floor and cried for 20 minutes after I finished that game. And I haven't played it since. I've watched other people play it, and I have pretty much the same reaction every time to the ending.
Hi.
Oh, dear me. Dear me. This is awful. Mika, I love your music. Priest of the Moonshine, Mika. Blame it on the girls who know what to do. Blame it on the boys who keep hitting on you. Stream Mika, please. A most welcome guest has wandered into our shrine. Your timing is immaculate, Wolf. I need to speak to you. Outside is Lake Harami, Nippon's largest lake. In the middle of it, there was once an old shrine called the Moon Cave. But it's completely disappeared, vanished into thin air. It enshrines the wicked demon that Nagi and Shiranui once defeated. It housed Tsukuyomi, the fabled sword that keeps the demon at bay. That demon, its name was... No! I'll be cursed if I say it. Anyway, the point is, what on earth has happened to the shrine? It's guarded day and night by the Tao... Oh my god. Tao Master Waka... Waka's a Taoist? Hold on. Where is Waka in a Xianxia or Wuxia Danne? Girls? Chop, chop. Waka mention. Let's fucking go. Pew, 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 pew. On the one, that brings me so much joy that you can also join in on the Waka fangirling moments. On the one occasion he has to go back to the city, this happens. Oh dear. Lately, there have been monsters haunting these parts as well. Those mischief-making monsters are the worst. I expect this is their doing. Well, maybe not this time, but they still need to be dealt with. I've already prepared a wanted list for them. Onimaru the Incorrigible, Biwamaru the Vandal, Akuzo the Interloper, Izo the String Cutter, Toya of the Short Temper, that's me. The gods will have marked all those wanted monsters with a sign. You'll know as soon as you lay eyes on them. However, they're very cautious. They only come out at night. Will you go put this list up somewhere obvious, Wolf? I'm sure some brave soul will step up to the challenge. Okay, this is the worst side quest. Well, this side quest appears a few times. This is the worst, like, type of side quest. May the gods protect you always.
Hey, this is a sweet job for us, Amy. Let's keep this list handy and take care of all those mischief-making monsters ourselves. I mean, we're gonna run into them whether we like it or not.
No.
So we might as well collect the reward, too. Anyway, seems they only come out at night. Let's give it a shot.
Oh. he hated that. Yeah, so this side quest, there's a few variations of it. I hate it. It's super tedious. They do, on this one, force you into your first battle, so you only have to look for 4 of them after this. But they are all, like he said, marked. But there's no real way to tell... Oh, hold on.
What's with this monster? It's got an exorcising arrow stuck in it. Exorcising arrows are sacred relics for driving away evil. That means somebody really wanted to get rid of this monster. Come hanami, finish it off. Don't let it get away.
Hold on. I'll kill this guy in a second. So there's no way to be able to fully tell when you're about to encounter a one of the wanted monsters, which is super frustrating. I thought, and maybe it is and I just didn't do it right. I thought, so like when you're in the overworld, right? And you were walking around and there's the little green scrolls that are like the demons and you can fight them, right? But then at night, the amount of them doubles. And so the placement of them is always the same. And so I was like, okay, maybe it is only the ones that show up at night. But I feel like one time it wasn't the case. So I'm not sure if that's correct. So you won't know until you get into the battle if it has one or not. So we're going to actually wait to do this until I am stronger and I can one-shot these guys. So we go by super quick. So that way, even if I get into a fight with somebody, because like I can escape the fight, but it's honestly faster when I can one-shot these guys to just one-shot them and move on. And then I collect the money from it too. And then the money we use to learn how to pee and poop. Anyway,
that was one of those monsters from the monster notebook. And we just happened to find it. Boy, you never know what you'll find next. You know that monster notebook you have? Well, you can cross out the wanted monster you've taken care of.
This was also very difficult on the Wii and I didn't know how to do the straight lines.
The monster you just finished off is on this wanted list. Go ahead and strike the name off of the list with your brush.
That was a bad job.
What, still trembling with excitement or something?
My bad. That was on me. Beautiful. That was a sexy line.
That's one less monster. At this rate, it won't be long before you can cross them all out. Once you defeat all the wanted monsters, go see the priest. Maybe he'll give you a reward.
And he only gives you a reward at the end, right? Also, right now, we cannot control... Oh, I can't do anything with that right now. Fuck. We cannot control when it is nighttime. We can only control when it's daytime. So it's extra frustrating. So we're not going to deal with those guys for a while. It'll be toward the end of this arc when I deal with them. Okay, but in the meantime, I need to go down here to Hanabiya. And if you know what Hanabi is... Dude, speaking of Hanabi... No! Speaking of Hanabi, I have a great story about a musical artist. But I'll wait until after this. Hi! Oh my god, I love this guy. No, no, no. No, no, no. That can't be right. It shouldn't be doing that. No, no, no. I checked and double-checked my formula. No, no, no.
Hey, you there, got a minute?
Hmm? Oh, whoa. What's this little wisp doing here?
Hey, who are you calling a wisp?
It's better than a bug.
I'm Yusun the Wandering Artist.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the LGBTQ. You're a little ball of fire, aren't you? I'm Tama. Tama, the Flaming Pyrotechnist. That's what they call me. I won't say anything about how he's called Flaming. Pride Month is over. Listen up, you two. I'm just about to set off a humdinger of a doozy. This is a very mega-encoded character, if I can say so. In the kanji it says hanabidama. I never noticed that before. Take a look at the formula I posted on the wall there. My whole career as a pyrotechnist has led to that formula, friends. It's for a little firework I've dubbed the Midnight Wonder Boy. There is only one problem. Even though I know the formula is sound, it's not working right yet. I know. Oh, I know. Listen, pup. You've got good eyes. Fiery eyes. Smoldering eyes. Maybe your red-hot glare is just what I need to set this off. Feast your eyes on the greatest display the world has ever seen. Hold on to your hats, kids. Here I go. Hanabi! Yeah! The brightest constellation in the sky. The Midnight Wonder Boy. If it were socially acceptable, I would also wear a one-sleeved, like, yukata or kimono like that. It's so cool. It's so stylish. So they show it so briefly, it's almost hard to catch, but... That's the formula. Bug. Deer. Bug.
Holy smokes! Tama may have a few screws loose, but boy, can he deliver. That light again. Oh, it's another constellation, Amy.
I'm turning up my sound because I want to hear the music better. Okay, we've got a little friend here, and we got a little friend right here. That almost looks like the character for Otome. Inushishi.
Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Too often it is easy to forget that which we cannot see. Hidden away, I had lost track of you, but now my soul is at ease. I, Bakugami, god of explosive force, lend my power to your cause. Use the cherry bomb to lay waste to foes and obstacles alike.
This is so cute. Bunk. Baku. Or Haku.
Hey, did another brush technique just come back to you? That was Bakugami, the god of explosions. His technique is called Cherry Bomb. Tama's enthusiasm must have awakened the god's power in you. Well, what are you waiting for? Let's give that cherry bomb a try. What about that cracked wall over there? Why don't you try a cherry bomb on it? But be careful. Ooh.
Okay, so now these cracked walls, we can do something about them, which is exciting.
Whoa, look at that hole. It blasted that cracked wall to smithereens. That cherry bomb is one destructive technique. I mean, just think of what it could do to monsters. It's gonna be tricky handling something that powerful. But I bet you'll be using it all the time once you master it.
Not really. This is probably the one that I use the least in battle, just because it's so precarious at times. Ooh, we got a little Zodiac statue. I don't like to sell these because I get emotionally attached to them. The rat has a whimsical pose. I get attached to them because I just think of Fruits Basket. If you're a Fruits Basket girly, gender neutral, then you will understand. Oh, he's so dead. Hello?
I'm burned out.
It doesn't look like he'll be up anytime soon.
Well, I'm gonna break this pot. I hope you don't mind. Can I go crazy in your house? Bonk. Oops. Alright, I'm out. Goodbye. Anyway, the story I was gonna tell. My friends, I forget what we were talking about, but I mentioned a musical artist that I liked. And I was like, oh, it's giving Otsuka Ai. My wife. And he was like, oh no, I remember what it was. We were talking about celebrity worship. And I was like, yeah, I get a little concerned with how people are so, like, weird about... Look, I don't like that there's not music. All right, we're making it sunny again. People are being weird about, like, certain things happening with celebrities. And I'm like, listen, I get it. It's, like, it's easy for us to do that, right? But, like, we shouldn't. But except for Otsuka Ai. She's never done anything wrong. And even if she did, I would let her do it. And he was like, who's that? And I was like, it's a musician that I really like. And he was like, oh, I think I remember you mentioning her. And I was like, yeah. He was like, send me some songs. So I said, okay. And I sent some of her famous ones that my friend and I could think of, because I had my friend over like last week. And we were like, she's also a huge fan of that artist, and so we were like, And then I had forgotten to send him Kingyo Hanabi, but he discovered it like in the recommended, and he was like, dude, this song is amazing. And I was like, oh my god, that makes me so excited that I didn't even recommend that one to you. You just like liked her enough that you started clicking on the recommended songs, and then you liked that one too. That makes me so happy. Anyway, go listen to Otsuka Ai Kingyo Hanabi. I'll write it in chat. Give me 1 second. There we go. Go listen to that song when you have a spare minute. It is sad, but it is gorgeous and so... She's such a good composer. She's such a real musician, and she continues to do amazing things, and I love her. And, Otsuka, if you ever hear this, 結婚してください. I'm so deeply in love with her. She was on, okay, so I don't know if you guys know the music channel The First Take, but I believe it's originally a Japanese music channel. And it is like dedicated to musicians going in and singing a song, like a famous song of theirs, in one take. And so there's some artists that are like lesser known, or they're like pretty famous, but they, you know, the first take kind of helps them pop off. But then every once in a while they'll have more nostalgic artists on. So like they had Avril Lavigne do Complicated one time, which was awesome because she's genuinely also such a good musician who like can still sing. And then they had the singer of the original Japanese Pokemon theme song, who I forget her name. I want to say Rina Matsuyama. I could be wrong. Riko Matsuyama? Something like that. Anyway, she was awesome too. You can tell she's aged, obviously, but she sounded great. Yeah. So sometimes they have on artists, like I said, who like don't need an introduction. And then I go on Instagram the other day and I follow Otsuka Ai's Instagram, and then she was like, I was on The First Take, please go watch it. And I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And I blast off to go watch The First Take video. And it's so good. She sang one of her most famous songs. If you know Hanayori Dango, Planetarium. 行きたいよ君のところへ今すぐ駆け出して行きたいよ. That song, she did that. She played it, piano, and sang it, and it's so good, and I love her so much. Anyway.
Huh? What a pretentious sign. Amy, this here's a dojo. It's where people come to learn sword fighting and martial arts. But who knows if they'll train you here? Maybe if you're a good wolfie, they'll teach you a trick or two.
Okay, well, we'll go say hi in a second. I do want to feed the pig. Pig. We have not seen the regular pigs yet. Yeah, Otsuka Ai. And it was really funny, like, in Danny's stream today, like, beforehand, or maybe during the break, it was like, I don't feel the need to keep up with American pop much anymore, because the Japanese artists that I got into, like, almost 20 years ago, most of them are still producing songs regularly. And they're still good. So, like, why do I need to stop? Why do I need to change? Like this morning, I decided to put on Otsuka Ai playlist that I have on shuffle, and I was like, yeah. The only ones I skipped were like, okay, this is a ballad. I don't want to listen to this right now because it's early in the morning, and I want to like set a more productive mood for myself while I clean. But they're the songs that I was like, I did listen to like the first 30 to 45 seconds of them before I skipped them. Dry but satisfying flavor. Man, potatoes are awesome. Potatoes literally are like keeping me alive. Sometimes, I swear to God. The starches. IBS girlies, we need starch. It's like all we can eat sometimes. Anyway, let's go in here. Hello. You seem kind.
Well, what have we here? It looks like I have an adorable lupine visitor. My name is Onigiri Sensei, and this is my dojo.
What a silly dude. Fighting Master Onigiri Sensei.
What business could a wolf like yourself have at a dojo like this? Certainly, you haven't come to study the fighting arts with yours truly. Yeah. I like the cut of your jib, my furry friend.
Fang has been obsessed with trying to lick my potato chips lately. That's so funny. What flavor are they?
I'd very much like to while away the powers at play with you, but I'm afraid that this place is far too dangerous for creatures like you. That is, of course, unless you can cover the training fee.
How much? You know what? Sure.
I'll be a monkey's uncle. You've got the cash, have you? I see. I suppose I have no choice.
Just normal salted ones. What a freak. I love him.
I'll do as you wish and allow you to enroll in my dojo. Ah!
I summoned a belch. I'm so sorry. I was also summoning my power.
Are you mentally prepared to handle the ultimate challenge? Step inside to test your might.
I don't know why he's getting like a slightly British accent. That's such an accident.
Let the lesson begin. We'll practice the Fleetfoot God technique. Take these tips to heart and remember them as we train.
Fleetfoot God techniques. Techniques? Technique tips. Press R2 quickly. Oh god! Press R2 quickly and without hesitation. In doing so, you can quickly bound out of the way of incoming attacks. You will move in the direction you push the left stick. You can instantly execute a dash immediately following a jump. Press R2 to quickly leap away from impending danger.
Well, did you understand?
I understand. Wakarimasu.
I'll grant you this technique scroll. Check it when you forget what it means to be a warrior.
Okay.
This technique can only be mastered by the best. It is not something to be learned. You must have the innate ability. Training until your muscles ache, then train some more. Hiya! 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 I go ha! Hui! Ei! Ha! Sorya! Issa! Hoissa! Yoisha!
Nice. Can I? Hold on. Oh, I can't do anything in the middle. Okay. Bye!
Had enough, eh? Listen, Wolf, gaining experience in a single skill is admirable, but you must never lose the drive for self-improvement. I pray that you do not forget that.
Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. He's back to normal now. So yeah, he's fun. We eventually get the option to learn some pretty cool techniques. There are a couple that are required to, like, go through the game. Or at least one. But they're useful anyway, so it's fine. But I will be saving the monies for some of them. I don't think I'll get all of them, but I will get the most important ones. Defecating. Alright. You may also see Ida running around. Right now, we can't do anything about him. He just runs around and delivers his mail. But later, we'll be able to do something fun with him, which is exciting. Also, at night, you may have noticed, but the scrolls are more aggressive in the evening. There he goes. Vroom, vroom. Yeah, the scrolls are more aggressive at night. So they'll chase after you from further away, and they'll chase after you for longer, which sucks. But during the day, they're a little more, chill. They only usually come near you, or they only usually start to chase you when you come near them. So that's nice. That's very considerate of them. I will go ahead and slash you as well. Perish. And perish. I could kill these guys a lot faster, but again, I am building up my stock of demon fangs because actually, how many do I have? 49! That's a lot, but I need more. And it's easier to start now because it will get harder to be able to execute the like cherry blossom finishers when we get further into the game. Hello? Camera? Okay.
Wahoo! Yippee!
And see, I'm still getting maximum ranks on time and damage anyway, so it's not that big of a deal right now either. I'm getting lots of money from my battles. Not really. I'm getting like $50. Alright. And that is all we can really do here right now. There are lots of things still to be done here, but for now, this is all I can do. So that means we are going to go back to Kamiki for the hanami. Hanami is a great word because it's exactly like the kanji combination is exactly what it sounds like. Hana and then miru no mi, like to look at flowers. And there's like no real English translation. It is just a hanami, like hanami party. Is there an English word for that? I feel like there's not. There's like flower viewing festival-ish, but it's not even a festival. You just go and sit under the flowers. And there's a season. It's like the first week of April, usually, in Japan. Although these days, I don't know what it is, because I think they bloom a little earlier than they used to. I missed hanami when I was living in Japan because I was sick. I was very sick. I got food poisoning the last night we were in Kyoto. And we took a night bus home, which was a mistake because I did not sleep on that night bus one bit because I was praying for my life that I did not shit myself. And then halfway through the trip, we get like you get to get off the bus and go, like hang out. Yeah, I just let it all out. And that went on for a week. I was very sick. Also, one other thing of note is that you might notice that even though we've bloomed this big guy, the only leaves that are falling in this area are the green leaves and no cherry blossoms. When we have bloomed all of the cherry blossoms in this area, it will be constant cherry blossoms, but there are some we can't access right now. So it sucks to suck. So now only in the areas with the cherry blossoms will we see the falling cherry blossoms. Yeah, I was really sick. I could only eat bananas and English muffins, plain English muffins, for a week. But I think that was fate, because then the day I finally started feeling better is when I went
Huh? Heading back to the village already? Check their map again. We haven't seen everything there is to see.
Oh, that's fucking right.
Besides, a lot of things change in 100 years. You should explore the...
Okay, yeah, well, yeah, fine. Okay. Fine. Isun, fine. There's one area that we didn't technically look at. Anyway. Put the sun back in the sky. Okay. So, the day I finally started feeling better and went to go get groceries was the day that they were doing the new student festival. And so my club, that I wasn't my club at the time, but the people that I wanted to be in their club were doing a little performance to recruit new students to be in the club. And I ran into them by chance. And then I was like, hey, okay, real talk, I don't have time to be in the musicals. Do you guys need people on your staff? I can build sets and do clothing stuff. And then my friend was like, oh my god, yeah, you have to talk to so-and-so. And I was like, okay. And I was really nervous to talk to so-and-so. But it turned out that this so-and-so was one of my best friends. He was just going by a nickname that I had never heard before. And I was like, oh, it's you. And he was like, oh, it's you. It was very funny. Agata Forest Port.
The ferry between Shinshu Field and Agata Forest docks here. The ferry used to run frequently, but it's been out of service ever since the water level dropped. Huh. Well, Amy, I think we've seen all about it there. I think we've seen about all there is to see here in Shinshu Field. Maybe it's time we checked in on Sakuya back in Kamiki Village.
Yeah, it was really funny because the guy that I spoke to, I had met once. And, like, barely remembered his name. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, hi, I don't know you very well. Like, it was one of those moments I'm just like, oh my god, hi, and then he was, like, super nice because he is, like, technically my junior. And, hi, Tetra! And, was like, yeah, you have to talk to, XYZ-san. And I was like, oh, okay. Then I walk over and I see him. I'm like, oh, it's you. And he was like, oh, it's you. And he was like, the guy who was like my junior, he was like, oh my god, I didn't know you guys knew each other. I was like, oh yeah, I know this guy.
Wow, what's all this? The village is just bustling with activity. I wonder what's going on.
I'm so sad that this is the only time we ever hear this song. I'll go back to it in a second, but it's like one of my favorite songs in the soundtrack. And you never get to listen to it after this. It's such a damn shame. Oh wait, do I have treasures? I think I do. Oh yeah, I have a lot, actually. The rat stays. The Fruits Basket characters stay. That's Yuki Soma. He's not going anywhere. Hello. What a joy to see life returning to the land. Just 15 more to go. We will be blessed with a miracle when all the trees are in bloom. Oh my god, look at him. He has a Feng Xin thingy. Nem. Look, he has one of those covers that Feng Xin has. Do you get what I see? Do you get what I'm seeing? That's really funny. I've never noticed that before. I know you. I love when you bloom the tree right next to him and he goes, huh? So he was just telling us how many trees are left to bloom. And we need to bloom them all. Gotta bloom them all. Gotta bloom them all. Yeah, I don't know what that's called. I know it exists, like, in many Asian countries, or traditional dress, but I don't know what it's called. I fed you guys already, yeah? Okay. Sorry, I need to step on here for a second. Shoulder thingy. And this leitmotif we will hear a million times over, and it will never get old. We will truly hear it so many times. I will bloom those trees when I'm on my way back. Hi! Oh, yeah, that's right, we can feed you. We have meat now. Eat. Look at that little dog. I forget what this type of patterning on a dog is called. This does exist in real life. The kind of stripy looking, but I forget what it's called. It's usually not, the stripes aren't so distinct like this, but it has this, like, it's not modeled. It's a different type, and you see it on, like, boxers a lot. And mastiffs definitely have it. I also have no idea what it's called. I want to call it a pauldron, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I don't even know what a pauldron is. I'm gonna be so real. Can I pet that dog? Oh my god! Long time no see, Manny! What's up? How are you? I hope you're surviving the summer. Wonderful summer weather I'm sure you guys are having. I heard from Sid that their air conditioning broke again. And I was like, bro. And then I looked at their forecast and it was like 95 for today or whatever. And I was like, Jesus. Yeah, we can't pet dogs, but we can feed them. Which is, I think, in a way better, because not only can we feed the dog, we are a dog, which is way better. It's shoulder armor, but I think it's a more Western term. I see. Naruhodo ne. Okay, I don't think I can do this right now. Okay, I don't think I can. I don't have a special jump. A double E jump. Alright, let's go talk to Sakuya before we do anything else. Doing well, just busy. We're keeping cool. Lots of plants in the garden got destroyed from... Oh, that's so sad. Oh, the girlies! Oh my god, these are two of my favorite minor characters.
Hey, Sakuya, my little blossom. You're looking mighty fine thanks to us. Hey, why doesn't she say something? Come to think about it, I haven't seen her around lately. She didn't kick the bucket, did she? Come on, Sakuya, let's see that pretty face of yours. I know, let's go ask Mr. Orange what's going on.
Okay, we will in a second. I gotta talk to these sisters.
Sis, this tree suddenly burst out in the leaves.
I know, I saw it too. Okay, they don't have anything else to say right now. A really important thing about this game is that you can draw a circle around someone and then they will pet you. The shoulder thing is called a sode. Ah, like a sleeve. Naruhodo ne? That makes sense. For sure. I would believe that. At least in Japanese, it's called a sode, I would believe. Do we have a new thing to cut down? We know no treat? No treat for us? Nothing? The camera's being kind of a bitch, too. I will not lie. The camera in this game can get a little wonky because of the art style. But I'm actually totally okay with sacrificing the camera for how beautiful this game is. That sucks that the garden is effed. I mean, here, this time of year, all the grass dries and all the flowers die a very slow death. It's very sad to watch. Alright, let's go say hi to Mr. Orange. He's up here. I know where his ass is. He's up here. Hello, birds. Ooh, we can get more of these trees, too. Hell yeah. I also don't want to rush through this part because it's the only time we ever hear this fucking song. But this whole soundtrack is on Spotify. It's just that the song names are all in Japanese. So they are a little hard to find if that's like something that you were looking for. But I think I could probably find this one, honestly. Nah, whatever, we'll do it later. Anyway, this is a very good cutscene. Hell yeah. We only ever hear that song during this time, too. I already figured his voice.
Oh, you're that unruly white wolf. That was quite a toss you gave me. Well, White One, I respect animals and their customs, but anyone who causes trouble in this village shall be dealt with harshly.
He's got moves! I love him.
You are a spunky little thing, aren't you? Go ahead and have your fun, but don't disturb the villagers. I have other things to worry about.
What's up? You gonna do it again? Let's go. Yoisho, yoisho. Oh, 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 oh. The best.
Well, Snowball, have you witnessed the majestic figure of Konohana? She had been withered and leafless, but as you no doubt noticed, she has made a miraculous recovery. My dancing must have made a connection with the sacred tree. However, she still won't respond to my questions. Perhaps her evil-plagued spirit has ascended to heaven? No, it cannot be. But if it has, my secret Konohana shuffle shall summon it back.
Is that some kind of dance? Now you're talking, Gramps.
If only I could harness the power of the earth.
That's okay. We'll do it. I got you. I'm on my way. So when we bloom all these, we will need to go talk to Gramps. And his sick moves will be very useful at that time. I think, now that I'm thinking about it, I think if I slice this, I get orange. I do. Ooh! Kamiki orange. This juicy orange is the pride of Kamiki. Fills the astral pouch. Oh, that's crazy that it fills the whole dang thing. Huh. Oh, it doesn't fill the whole dang thing. It just fills it, like, a decent amount. Okay. What about these oranges? Are they just plain old oranges? They're even less. Okay. Cool. Mushi and his mom are like, huh? Ooh, can I feed these guys? Yeah, I haven't fed these guys yet. We have not seen the chickens yet. I'm gonna be so real. The only thing I can think of when I see chickens is fucking Kid Nation. Where they literally, gut, or not gut, but they, like, kill and, like, what do you call it when you pluck their feathers? Like, strip the chicken. Crazy. Crazy that they let these kids do that. Anyway, I'm going to the Okami album. Somewhere in here, in my favorites. It might actually be a little bit longer of a journey to find this than I thought, because I have so many favorites. Oops. Okay. Alright, volume. Okay, there's volume 2. Volume... Is this it? Yeah. Oh, they updated it so it's in English. Cool. It's just called Cherry Blossom Shower. By the Capcom official soundtrack team. Cherry Blossom Shower is this song. So if you get sad and you're like, I wanted to listen to that song more, that is where you can do it. And if it ends up in your Spotify top 5 at the end of the year, I'm sorry. It's just such a nice song. All the music in this game is nice. Oh, my kitten. Oh, my kitten. Hey, Kushi, don't mind that. Nope. Oh, she loves it. She was jumping up and down. Oh, Kushi. I don't even have to draw a circle around her. She just comes over and loves me. What's up? Come on, come on. Bark, bark, bark. What's up?
This is the music old Mr. Orange does his dance to. It takes me back. He used to dance like that every single day. How many years has it been since the leaves blew about like this? It's nice to see our sacred tree Konohana in such good health. Ooh. Mr. Orange's dance. It reminds me of my childhood. He could make any withered old tree spring into bloom with that. But he gave up dancing a long time ago now. He said it was because the power of the gods had weakened. You'll find him at the sacred deck up on the hill.
I already saw him. I already saw his boogie. His sick moves. Mrs. Orange, did you know your husband could drop everything and go pro with his dance moves? It reminds me, there was a tweet of this girl who was like, fun fact about me is that, like, my dad abandoned our family and then became, like, a break dancer at, like, 40 something. Do y'all remember that? Or did I dream that? We did it! Alright, let's talk to our friend over here. Hello. Every single withered tree in this village is now in full bloom. Now, all we must do is wait. Wait for the miracle to take place. Will you pet me? Hey, real quick. Oh, he doesn't pet. Okay. That's too bad. Well, I'm definitely saving before this because this one can be frustrating. Yeah, dude, it was crazy because then the dad responded and was like, let me clear up a few things. And they like, I don't know, it was like weird to see family beef like that on Twitter. And she was like, I don't hate him, but the way she spoke about him was very like vitriolic. And I'm like, not that I don't understand. Hi, Maddie. It was totally a thing. Break it, anything, walk out, dad from Tumblr. Yes. Okay. Yeah. It was on Twitter too. And she spoke about him like with a lot of vitriol. And I don't blame her for feeling that way at all. But then she was like, I don't feel that way. And then I was like, oh, well, you could have fooled me. Somebody compiled that whole story. The dad responded. It turned to a crazy back and forth. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, he was famous. He went on talk shows. He was like a D-list celebrity. Yes. Okay, I'm glad I'm not like, that was not a fever dream. Thank you, Maddie and Maddie, for your combined efforts. Okay, let's do this thing.
At last, the answer to all my prayers. All the village's trees have sprung back to life. It is time to harness the power that dwells within the good earth. Yes, it is time for the Konohana Shuffle. I shall summon back the spirit of the divine tree Konohana.
Sake of Valor. All it says is sake.
But first, I must break my vow of temperance.
Anytime I am online way too much. Yeah, happy 10th anniversary of DashCon.
I shall gingerly sip this sake, and soon we shall see blossoms.
Gingerly sip it. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yes, yes!
Freak shit.
Hey, Gramps. You okay? You got a real weird look in your eyes.
Snowball, soon what you're about to see is the stuff of legends. Behold, the secret of secrets. I give you the Konohana Shuffle.
Alright, let's do this thing. I gotta concentrate and then we'll talk about DashCon. Let the sequence be over and then we'll talk about DashCon, guys. I have a lot to say. This was painful on the Wii. Let it hopefully not fuck me here. There's one in particular that can really fuck you. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! I fucked myself! Fuck.
Didn't work. Not even a bit. The tree was supposed to come a blaze of blossoms. Is the Konohana Shuffle nothing but a sham? No, it cannot be. I won't give up. I shall keep dancing until Konohana blossoms. I fucked myself. I drew it and then I accidentally like trigger pressed square again. Ugh. I feel like a fool. Damn it. Karma, I will talk about DashCon after I finish this segment, don't worry. Actually, if you guys want to explain DashCon while I'm doing this, and then I'll talk about my personal connection to DashCon. Hi.
Drawing circles in this game is too hard. Wouldn't it be crazy to cosplay this guy and learn this dance? Okay, we got it. Yoisha! Everybody clap. If you can. If it's too loud and you'll wake people up, don't clap. You can just tap your fingers. Oh no, he's dead. Hey. Hey girl. Oh. That is a lot of skin. Oh, okay. Ah, great Amaterasu.
Sakuya? You're alive? And you, look very nice.
Little bug friend, I see you are full of spunk as always. I also owe this elderly gentleman my deepest thanks. What bravery! Mere words cannot express the depth of my gratitude. Thanks to you all, I have been restored and re-energized.
Yeah.
Gold. Amaterasu's also like reciting prayers. What's the fucking thing that Shilian is like, oh, it's Tao De Jing? I think the thing that's like the Taoist like proverbs that he recites to himself when he's like dealing with it. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. Of course, the one who deserves my thanks and respect the most is none other than the glorious god Amaterasu. Praise be to you.
Yeah.
Yippee, praise! And her boobs still look like peaches. I cannot guarantee that it will mean salvation for all of Nippon, but if you restore the guardian saplings spread about the land, you too will benefit from the power that results. Let me think so? Okay, I think that's what it's called. I can't remember the tones. I will remain in Kamiki, praying for your mission's success. How I look forward to gazing upon you again. May the fresh scent of flowers protect you always. That line, I don't know what it is about it, but that has like burned into my brain actually. Okay, I'm looking this up. Yeah, just recite yes.
Aw, man. What now?
Okay, I was right. I think with the tones. Okay, maybe not. Oh, right. Constellation, sorry. Yoink. Yoink. Gotta get through this part so I can talk about Dashcon. Yeah.
道德经.
My, I guess that's second tone, is bad. Ah, Amaterasu, origin of all that is good and mother to us all. Long have I hidden myself here among the nature of Kamiki. But the time has come for I, Hasugami, proud member of the Hanagami trio of Flora gods, to reveal myself. May my power be of assistance on your grave quest. You are a very, very useful brush god, my friend. You are going to help us get so many treasures. Starting now.
Holy smokes! That was Hasugami! With the water lily power, you can create lily pads on water. You can use them to cross any body of water. Let's try it out. Come on, this way, Amy.
This is probably one of the most useful brush techniques.
I've been eyeing that treasure chest out there for some time. Why don't you create some lily pads here? Make them like stepping stones all the way to the islet. The water lily brush technique creates lily pads on water. All you gotta do is draw circles on the water. Come on, Furball, let me see you work wonders with that brush of yours.
Okay. So what I will do is I'll just draw one right here.
Yes, that's it.
Boink.
Hey, wipe that smirk off your face, Furball. Now, at least we don't have to worry about getting wet anymore. I know. Now that you have this new power, let's use it to travel a bit further out of the village. Remember the waterway leading to the forest that I told you about?
And then you wouldn't let me leave Shinshu Field without knowing about it? Yeah, I do remember, actually.
Our little Sakuya is back to her old peppy self, but there are still lots of guardian saplings that haven't blossomed.
Well, let's go find them. But first... God, I do miss spring with the flower petal. I was very allergic to everything, but I do miss spring and its flower petals. And now you can see the cherry blossoms everywhere. Okay. DashCon. Yeah, so DashCon was a thing that happened 10 years ago. That, like, basically, Super Hulock was really big during that time, and that was Supernatural, Doctor Who, and Sherlock, BBC Sherlock, were very popular at that time, and a lot of people on Tumblr were like, haha, what if there was an anime con, but it was for Tumblr people? And then people started talking about it, and they were like, and then these people were like, hey, let's make it, and then it was originally called TumblrCon, and then it became DashCon eventually. My lore is I never went. In fact, I was in Japan when it happened, if memory serves. Or no, I was in Japan when the planning for it happened. And so I didn't know it was going to happen. But I heard about the fallout and I was like, whoa. And so the thing you need to know about me and why this matters to me is, there was a friend that I had at the time who worked with me at the McDonald's, and we were pretty close, like one of my closest friends at the time, and somebody I still get along with. I just don't talk to him very much, just because he's always on the road, which I'll get into why that is later. So he is trans, and at the time had not transitioned, but was like queer, and was kind of like going back and forth about transitioning. And I was like, hey, all right, at this point, I will support you no matter what you do, but you have to be careful financially, because like you are not like with a shift manager's money, you are not making enough to support your transition if you want like the full deal, you know what I mean? And so that was a conversation we had like relatively often. So he went to an art school, and he met this person at an art school, and they started dating, and then he was like, hey, my boyfriend is going to come in to work. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, I'll be working. But if we are not busy, I will say hi. And then my friend was like, yeah, like I'm going to have my take an extended like lunch with him. And I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, yeah, I'll get to meet your partner. That's so exciting. So this guy walks in, and I was like, oh. I think I've met this person before. They like grew up in our area. But then I realized, oh, this person is trans. Like he's trans. He looked familiar, but like he had started transitioning at that time. And so I was like, oh, okay, that's why. Oh shit. And I was like, oh, hi. And he was like, my name's Kane, but you can call me Loki. And immediately I was like, I don't know. I don't know about that one. And I was like, oh, cool. Where'd you grow up? And he grew up in my home state. But my dad is British. Okay, that's not how accent acquisition does not work like that. You would not have such a thick accent if you never been there and you didn't grow up there. So that was a red flag. But you know, whatever. Oh, sorry. I forgot to skip this. I was too busy getting water. Anyway. So the real red flag was, like I said, my friend was considering transitioning at that point. And I was like, yeah, I think that, like, Maddie, and I was like, yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I am saying you should be in a more stable financial position when you do. And I'm not gonna lie, this was 12 years ago when we were having this conversation. I was also definitely not necessarily 100% comfortable with it because I was also still extremely closeted at this time. And like, we lived in a very conservative area. And so it was like, it's also selfishly a little easier on me at that time if he did not transition and I didn't have to explain to my parents why this friend suddenly now goes by like a different name and everything, right? And I got over that. Like, I went out and I got out in the world and I got away from my hometown and I got over that immediately. Not immediately, but I got over it very quickly. Anyway, Loki, as we'll call him, was very, very insistent that my friend transitions, like, immediately. And I was like, okay, are you paying? Because as far as I know, you're still in art school. And, like, also working some part-time gig type thing, which, no offense to that. It's just that you cannot afford good medical care when you're not, you know, working a better job. And I'm like, pretty sure my friend makes more than you, which is crazy. Anyway, now, then, I never saw this person again. I never saw Loki again. But, this sounds familiar. I went to Japan. This all happened, like, right before I went to Japan in 2012. And, I may have told this story on stream in less detail before, but now we're at a tell-all. Anyway. Oh wait, is there a waterfall I can go behind here? I forgore. I don't think that there is. There is in Hana Valley, though. Be right back. So, I talked to my friend while I was in Japan from time to time, but, like, not a lot, right? But I did know that his partner, Loki, was not a good partner. Was very manipulative, and then ended up being mentally and financially abusive. And I don't know about physically or sexually. I did not ask, but that is enough. I don't need to know more. You're abusive toward my friend. I'm never talking to you again. And they broke up. So that happened during like 2012, 2013. Like when I was in Japan, that happened. Ooh, you're at your little kiln. That's so exciting for you. This is the life, huh? It's great to be clutching my axe again. Seeing this kiln
kiln friend, it disappeared when the curse struck. My workshop is my pride and joy. I'm stoked to have it back. I'm actually an artist communing with nature on a deep level, man. I can hardly wait to start firing up some pots again. Man, I also want to do that. Anyway, so I come back from Japan. I'm on Tumblr again. That was the other thing. I was not really on Tumblr often when I was in Japan. But when I came back in like August 2013, I was on social media much more regularly again. And that was when like the heat of DashCon was kind of happening, right? Like the planning. And so I was like, okay, whatever. But it was of note to me because it was not far from where I lived, but I was like not into any of the fandoms at that time, and also terribly depressed from having to leave Japan. And so I go 2014, I'm online. Oh, I can't go behind this waterfall. That's so cruel. Are you for real? I could have sworn I could go behind that one. That's lame. What would his name be? I don't know. Taro. The most generic dude name. Taro. Anyway. I see the shit about DashCon that is like, it was not only a flop, but like a financial disaster, and some crazy shit happened. And I was like, whoa. That's wild. And then I saw a name that I recognized. Kane Hopkins. And I thought, Kane? That's crazy. That's who my partner's, or my friend's ex-partner. That's what his name was. That's strange. And, this last name sounds super familiar. But no, it can't be. But then I went to good old Facebook, and I had friended the partner, and then unfriended him when I found out that he was a piece of shit. But he was still publicly accessible, and still is to this day. You can look him up on Facebook. Sure enough, the person that my friend dated was the Kane Hopkins of DashCon. And I was like, holy shit. So I immediately messaged my friend and I go, yo, what? Did you know about this? And then he was like, haha, yeah. And so like he had gotten into a better financial position because he started working for a company that is extremely well off now. It is a company that they produce merchandise that I have seen here, not in the United States, which is awesome. They're international. They have international success. There was a child at my guided observation that was playing with a toy from their brand. And I was like, that is fucking awesome. So I message him, and he's started transitioning. He's way better. He's doing way better financially. He's doing way better mentally after breaking up with Kane. And I was like, dude, did you know about this? And he was like, oh yeah, did you not like see all of this? And I was like, yeah, bro, listen, I'm super depressed right now. But I do want to know what the fuck. So I get my friend's kind of like side of things more about like the relationship then. And so then I go on the rabbit hole of looking up all this like stuff that happened. So then fast forward to like, I don't know, 4 years ago maybe longer. I don't want to know actually if it was longer. But Sarah Zed, a YouTuber who does video essays about fandom things, she comes up in my recommended with a video about DashCon. And I was like, oh my god, I have not thought about this in a little bit. Crazy. And then I watched it, and she had things that were wrong, because Kane is probably still a pathological liar.
hold on, Isun, I'm almost done, is a pathological liar and lied about his age. Said he was in his late 20s when he would have been like 20, 21. And like a couple other things that he had lied about. And I was like, I commented on the video. I don't normally comment on the big channel's videos, but I commented on this one and I was like, hi. I know this person from like real life. I don't know him well, but I've met him and he dated somebody I was close to. Here are a couple of things that you took to be fact. Of course you did. You had no reason not to. But here's some clarification. He's not actually British. He is not in his late 20s. He was probably about 2021 when this happened. Brain wasn't fully developed, blah, blah, blah. Like, a few things. And then that got voted as like one of the top comments on her video. I don't know if it still is. It probably isn't anymore because it's been so long. But that was an experience, and I was like, the important part of this, guys, and to you all here, before we get into this, the important part of this is my friend went through all that hell, but he did not invent DashCon, and he, in fact, is one of the most successful con businesses that I know of. That they have had like deals with large companies and are doing really well for themselves. And he's just living his best life, and he's so happy and doing really well. And then this guy Kane made DashCon, and he's like banned from the con space for forever. The rabbit hole goes deep, Karma. It goes even deeper. This is just my outsider take, and watching that and being like, whoa, I'm weirdly super connected to this piece of fan. I'm sorry your friend had to go through that. Me too. I wish that hadn't been part of it. I'm extremely proud of him for all that he's been through and continues to put up with. Being a trans person in a conservative part of the country. But he is somebody that, even though I don't talk to him very regularly anymore, that I sincerely admire and think is just an awesome person. And like truly resilient, truly so funny, got me through some of the hardest times in high school, a true friend. Like, I'm so happy that he's doing well. And he's a partner that he loves and like is doing well with. And that's all I can ask. We love a success story at the end of the day. Should he have had to put up with that shit though? No. I can't believe Kane has that job. In creative spaces, no less. Don't dox this person, by the way. Don't go and like hurt this person. He's probably got some serious mental issues that he needs to work out, and hopefully he has. You know, hopefully he has. I just don't want him to touch anybody that I care about. You know what I mean? So, there's my DashCon story. That's actually not about DashCon. It's just about DashCon lore. Alright, let's get into this. We're about to get into something so important. Guys, we're about to get into something so much more important than DashCon. Let me get some water. Hold on. Hold on. Wait a minute. Alright, we're about to get into something so much more important than DashCon.
The curse zone expanded into the forest? I thought evil would shun areas with so much grass and trees. It must really be some curse, the way it's changed the forest.
Wow. What does our map look like? Oh! I see! That's actually super funny. I forgot it did that. Let me... hold on. Okay, I can't do anything with that right now. I do want to look here. I have this new friend. Yeah. Dead fish. The transformed spirit of a woman who threw herself into the sea, this demonic fish can fly by flapping its fins like wings. If you spot a fish carcass on the beach at night, it is recommended that you exercise the fin as if with a powerful slash. Doing so knocks the fish to the ground and sends them packing. I already did that. I want to know how to do the cherry blossom technique, please. Okay, yeah, I already know. I already been new about this one. What was this? Glass beads, dragonfly, vase. Oh, the bunny, its expression is quite alert. I want to go to Bunny Cafe again. Soon. Ooh, chicken. These domesticated birds are known to be quite fond of seeds. These meat-loving animals show great loyalty and affection. These domesticated boars have cute noses and enjoy eating seeds. They're also extremely smart. These swift creatures run like the wind and eat herbs. One of my friends is a horse doctor, which is so cool, but also so frightening because horses are so powerful that I would piss my pants if I had to work with horses on the daily. I'm sure you get used to it, but I'm a weenie. I've never ridden a horse. I would like to try once, but they are so intimidating. Oop. They're on fire.
Huh? What's a house doing here in this cave?
I don't know. If I lived near a cave, I would live in the cave with a house too.
How could anyone live here with that curse sound spreading around?
Well, she's not been touched by it. Not that I know that it's a she. Sorry. Sorry for that spoiler. That's okay. No one really cares, right? Oh, my background hasn't changed from Aunt Amy for a little while. Alright. Hello, lady. I know who you are. A horse doctor sounds awesome and scary because, you know, like getting... Yeah, that's, like... She helps, like, horses give birth. I'm like, that's so terrifying, dude. Like, being a, what do you call it? A doctor who does, human births, not a midwife, but the, like... Not a gynecologist, is it obstetrician or whatever? Like, doing that is already so frightening, just because, like, childbirth is frightening on its own. An animal that can't communicate with you, that is so scary, dude. She loves it. You've come, White Wolf, and you look troubled. You may call me Madame Fawn. I read bones to see the future. I knew you would come. I saw it in a vision. I love your look. Oh my god, she's got a Magatama! I've never noticed before. Maya Fey, is that you? It looks like the world outside is in great chaos. This is not to say that it was not predestined to happen. However, this year is special. This is the 100th year since Nagi and Shiranui's adventure. You saw the enormous cursed area on your way here, did you not? Land rendered barren. Okay, Maddie. All who approach tainted by darkness. Only one creature possesses the power to control this. Orochi. Even so, the rate at which it spreads, incredible. The curse can only be lifted by restoring the guardian saplings. Perhaps you will encounter one hidden here in Agata Forest. That's enough idle talk for now. I'm trying to run a business here. Like I told you, I am a fortune teller. The bones reveal all. If you have money, I can even tell your future, Wolf. Interested? Well, we'll do it once. Haha! And let us listen to what the bones have to say, my friend. What? It's coming to me. I can see it! In the dense and leafy forest, inside a cave sealed by a rock, a part of the wood sprite waits to be revived. It waits for a holy bomb to break the cracked rock. I can't tell you any more for now. You'll have to seek out clues yourself. So she works as like a hint system. If you ever get like lost in the game and don't know what to do, she's very useful for that. I only ever use her this one time. just to like do it. And oh, I can dig a hole in her house? That's so rude. Okay. Alright. So she told us, sorry, I'm excited. She told us about a path. So most of, when we look at the map here in a second, oh, Tachigami, hey. When we look at the map, you can see there is a small path, on this lakeside that leads to a withered guardian sapling. That is the only area we can go to anyway. It is very hard to see if you're not paying attention, because when you come out of this cave, it is not always extremely obvious that this is a path you can walk on. But it is. You just have to be a little careful. But here is a proper secret behind the waterfall. We go in here. I would live. Talk about living in a cave. I'd live in this cave. Hearing the sound of the rushing water make me go to Eep. I'd sleep so well here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This tree's naked. We should fix that. This game's so pretty. Okay. Feed these friends. Before we open this thing, I'd live in this cave. I'd live here. Easy. Also, something to note about the map. This is the zoomed in version. This game, its depiction of nature, beautiful as ever. Yeah, always. Always. So, we zoom out on this map. You will notice we have worked our way just down, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Down the body of Honshu. And last time, I think I was right. We are like on the border of, I think, Iwate and Miyagi Prefecture last time. This time we're a little bit more in the middle. We're near, like, we're in, like, Fukushima Prefecture, like the northern part of it, I would say. Maybe even close to Fukushima itself. Yeah. So cool. Fukushima, I think, is a little closer to the coast than we are, though. Alright, let's get this. Wahoo! Finally! You obtained Devout Beads.
A new divine instrument guarded by a guardian sapling, eh? Wow, Saoka is gonna spoil you at this rate. Anyway, this is gonna make your life a whole lot easier. The monsters are gonna try to get you any way they can. So you need to equip a good divine instrument. and practice with it. But remember, there's more than simply equipping them. They can be equipped as a sub-weapon or a main weapon. A weapon's effect will differ depending on how it's equipped. You can even pull off some secret techniques with your sub-weapons. Even after your 100-year nap, you remember that much, right?
I never use the sub-weapons.
I know you're not too bright, but no sweat. No thinking involved.
Nice typo.
Just try to equip that new divine instrument as a main weapon.
I will gladly do so. And then we can equip this one as the sub-weapon. I never really use the sub-weapons in most fights, to be honest.
Got the hang of it? Well, let me give you an example. You know that mirror of yours? Well, it acts as a shield when equipped as a sub-weapon. If you're under attack, press triangle to guard with it. You should test it out in the monsters in the area. Oh, and one more thing. You remember what Sakia said, don't you? The sacred tree in Kamiki Village will bear a guardian fruit each time a guardian sapling is revived. Make sure to stop by Sakia's tree whenever you return to Kamiki.
Sorry, I need water. It's a little warm in here, but worth it. I think also because I'm like, the beads are my favorite weapon. I think that's a controversial take, because it does make the cherry blossom finishers a little harder to do, but I love the speed of the bead. I love the speed of the bead, and I love how it just fucks up things so quickly. I love that for us. Anything new? Okay. So, remember when I told you guys that we're gonna get into something? Okay. There's unfortunately any point in this game where you thought I was gonna be normal is now over. It's now over. There's no more being normal. When I tell you I love this motherfucker. Oh god, I'm gonna have to workshop your voice, babe.
Hark, the call of the heavens, the earth, the sea. They summon me forth to defeat evil. Waka, the god's gift to man is here. Bonjour.
Tell me I'm like not normal about this, man. Hey, do you guys know Clavier Gavin?
What's up with that guy?
That crimson shading and divine instrument on your back. You look kinda weird, but I reckon you pack a punch, baby.
Hey! Think you're so special way up there, huh? Get down here and talk face to... Wait, did he say crimson shading? Can he see Amy's true form?
My fucking boyfriend who spits in my fucking mouth. Yeah, me too.
Oui, this is how I get my point across. Pun intended. The moment the cursed zone started spreading across Nippon, I saw the shadowy figure that removed the sacred sword, Tsukuyomi, flee into Kamiki village and seal the entrance with a huge rock. You guys know anything about that?
This guy gives me the creeps. Better keep your eye on him. Huh? Hammy, you getting all worked up again?
Magnifique. I wouldn't have it any other way. Now you shall get an earful of my beloved sword. Behold, pillow talk. Let's rock, baby. Alright, I'm not gonna fight him real fast. I want you to hear the music. Oops, I hit you. So we will hear this boss theme a few times, but there's some added flute parts for him at the beginning of the whole thing, and that's what I mean by the beads drain fucking health. Oop. Waka is based on a real person. He is based on Ushi Wakamaru, who is well known as shoot, what's his name? Yoshitsune no Minamoto, who was like a pretty famous warrior. Ushi Wakamaru was his name as a kid, I believe. And he was hold on, I don't want to kill him just yet. I don't want to kill him just yet. I want the music to come back around. This part. Waka's leitmotif. Yeah. Anyway, I got him. It's been quite some time since I've tasted your power, Amaterasu. That's enough for now.
Too late now. You're the one who picked the fight. Hey, wait. You know this guy, Amy?
Well, that was pretty tactless. Excusez-moi, baby. You see, I was looking into that cursed zone that struck this area. It consumed all in its path, even the light of the sun. It is the curse of Orochi, the legendary 8-headed serpent.
Orochi?
Do not utter that name without a reason. That alone could curse the weak of mind. Orochi was slain 100 years ago by Nagi and Shiranui, and its evil spirit was sealed away in the moon cave, which I guarded. You know, the cave in the middle of the lake over on Shinshu Field. But someone has gone and freed Orochi by removing Tsukuyomi. The beast's evil has caused a cursed zone to cover these lands. I never thought that the sacred sword could be so easily removed. Whoever did it waited until I was back in the capital. It seems things are afoot that even I did not prophesize.
Honk shoe, honk shoe. We're way ahead of you, pretty boy.
So you admit I'm pretty.
We've been busy spelling the curse left and right. That Orochi's gonna be mincemeat when we're through with him.
So, you're the ones who revived the trees in this area. But a lot of time's passed since Orochi's return. You'd better pick up the pace, ma chérie.
What?
I'm sorry to say, our battle just now was a big disappointment. You're not what you used to be, Amaterasu. You may have defeated Orochi long ago, but one cannot dwell on past glories. You have weakened greatly during your 100-year slumber.
That's enough. Now tell me about that shadowy figure you saw fleeing to Kamiki. How do we know it wasn't you?
Relax, my little bouncing friend. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a little prophecy for you. I can see into the future, you know. I foresee a log and big thrills. You'll know what I'm talking about when the time comes. Anyway, I must be off. The work of a prophet is never done. Au revoir, baby.
What a freak! Who the heck does he think he is? Hey, wake up, Amy. We got work to do.
Anyway, isn't it crazy that this guy resembles Clavier so much and came out like the year before Apollo Justice came out, and then that Apollo is also a sun god and Amaterasu is the god of the sun in Japanese mythology? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that Capcom helped produce both of those games? Isn't that a crazy coincidence? Isn't that crazy? Okay, we'll play a little bit more. I want to open these treasure chests and then, that is enough excitement for one night for me. He's my favorite. In case it's not glaringly obvious, he is my favorite. No one told me, and I did not know, that there is a, like, Capcom has all these, like, korons. I think they call them Capkyoron, I think is what they're called. But these, like, korons, which are basically tsum-tsums, like little beans. And they have them of the Ace Attorney characters. They have them of, like, a few other characters from other, like, Resident Evil. They have Leon and, like, a few other characters from that. And they have Dragon Quest, or not Dragon Quest. They have, fuck. What's the other, Monster Hunter and, like, a few other things. No one told me. I knew that there was an Amaterasu one. No one told me that there was a Waka one. So the last time I was in Japan, I saw him, and I snatched him up so quickly, as well as a Waka keychain. And I have a video of me just so excited, and I'm like back in my hostel, and I just throw him against the wall. It's very funny. Because it's just like looking at the wall of my hostel, and then suddenly you see the Waka bean go flying through the air and go against the wall. Luckily, I did not damage him, but also I obviously did not damage the wall. There's no way I could have thrown that hard enough to damage the wall unless I had super strength. At most, it would have, the person next to me might have heard like a and then nothing after that. Except me going, whoa. Whoa, look at the designs on the rock. That's super cool. I've never noticed this before. Oh, that's sick. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh, look at the little pattern. That's so cool. Yeah, I love Waka so much. As we get further into the story, I will have more anecdotes about how much I love him, and when we get to different story beats, and I'll be able to be like, okay, so when I saw this for the first time, I was normal. Oh, let's go ahead and take care of this little demon gate, I guess. Why not? Right? Oh, that's right. I need to cut your little fins down. Goodbye. Man, I love not Clavier and not Apollo. I love actually it should be not Amaterasu and not Waka. Also, an interesting thing about the characters from these games, or from the Okami games, is that their names are shortened in the English localization because they were afraid that people would be too intimidated by how long their names were. So even though Ushiwaka Maru is the full name, in the English he is just Waka. And there's a couple other characters like that later who have shortened variations of their name. Like Orochi should be Yamato no Orochi, because Yamato is the old name for Japan. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, Waka's the best. He's a favorite character. He's a lot of people's favorite character, I think. He's really interesting. He is a man of mystery. I am so excited for us to see him more. Oh, I know the last thing I'm going to do before I end this episode. Wahoo! Oh no. That ball. Oh no. Oh dear. Yes, monkeys, I'll feed you. Give me 1 second. Filled with dread seeing that stupid giant nut. Thank you. Okay, there is a person I want to see. There is a person I must find. Boop. Ching ching. And he should be just over yonder. There he is. Hello. Hello, dear friend. 1 second. Yeah. Oh, how funny. I don't think I've seen a white wolf before. What's your name?
What?
Come on, tell me your name. You may only be a wolf, but manners are manners.
The name's Isun. And this furball here is Amaterasu.
That's a bit of a mouthful. Let's go with Chalky, shall we? As for me, I'm the infamous Fang Trader. Yes, I am the great Kiba.
Kiba just means fang. Were you, like, forced into this career because of your name?
Now then, Chalky, you know about monster leftovers, right? You know what you get when you defeat a monster. I'm talking about demon fangs.
I do know.
Demon fangs?
All you need to do is tan those monsters' hides, and they drop a demon fang just before they disappear. The aristocrats love to have them as a symbol of power. They pay any price you care to ask. So then, Chalky, got any of them on you? Naturally, I don't expect you to give them to me for free. I, the great Kiba, have collected treasures from all over Nippon. We can do a swap.
Oh yeah, baby. So we want this golden lucky cat, and we are just enough for this. The golden lucky cat is a must-have accessory because nominative determinism. We can equip this friend, and now, for instance, if I break this, I will automatically absorb things. It will come close to me. I will suck it in, so to speak. But yeah, I got all sweaty when I saw Waka show up. So I think we need to be done for today. We'll explore Agata Forest more next week. Next week, again, weather should be fine. Let me double check really fast. It's crazy how fast the sun is, like, the days are shortening. I'm very happy about it, don't get me wrong, but, like, yeah, it should be fine. Yeah, next Saturday evening, oops. Thank God nominative determinism isn't real or I'd be in trouble. Yeah. Mine would just mean nothing. So, next week, we will play more of this game. We will explore Agata Forest more. We'll talk more about mythology and all that good stuff. I think we move into a new area even next week. I can't remember. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll find out next week. But next week will be very fun. And then, before that, though, Tuesday? Oh, the bunnies! Tuesday? We're finishing Justice for All, which will probably make me cry. Sorry in advance. Justice for All ending. And then Thursday... Let me check the weather for these days. I think Wednesday's the only day where it gets a little toasty. Like a little too toasty. Yeah. Yeah, Thursday will be just fine. Oh, of course Wednesday's gonna be toasty. That's the day I have to go out and do shit. On Thursday, we start Trials and Tribulations. Don't miss it. If you know, you know. If you don't know, just be there. And if you can't be there, obviously there are VODs. You're never pressured. There's never pressure to be here. I love when you're here, because I love talking to people, like, over the internet. I love faceless interactions very, very much. It is when faces get involved that I start getting super fucking awkward. So I love these faceless interactions with people who have similar interests. And I also just love sharing video games with people. But if you can't be here, also, that is super fine. Sometimes I can't even be here, so it's clearly not an issue. I hope you never feel pressured or anything. And, like, I don't do this for profit. If you really feel like a monetary need that has to happen, please donate to something in my bio or donate to a local cause if you want. Like, I'm not in need of that. I'm not in need. So if you like to give to something, it doesn't need to be me. Yeah. So anyway, you know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated, especially this time of year. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you when I see you. Au revoir, baby.